feel good. The only downside of this board at the moment is we start a little late because we only start after 6 seconds. That is really late in the fight. So for that, the missiles in Aiden would help a lot. So they're still super important or kind of important. But for now, I also feel like we can get over the line. Would you rather play Mids or Chrono Barrier on Ignition Core with Invigorating Hold? That is an easy answer. It is a Chrono Barrier. Mids obviously help you also with all the shield in between, so mids are strong, but Invigorating Hold is kind of fixing your issue you have with the haste for a decent amount of time, and often you have enough burst, hopefully, and the opponent has enough burn stacks after the haste proc that nothing matters at all. Just to make sure you have like an edge in the matchup where it is close, the Chrono Barrier will help you there a lot, and therefore I would always put in the Chrono Barrier. Though, to be fair, it has to be a diamond Chrono Barrier and not a golden Chrono Barrier. I think a golden Chrono Barrier should be on very few boards only, if at all. And those are the reasons are most likely because you bricked on other items and not because the Chrono Barrier is good there. Good. I don't need slow items in this build. Most of those are not helping me, like duct tape, Aegis. LEDs are good maybe to take in later, but this is like a future me problem, and it's only one target out of the slow pool, so not likely. I don't like getting any skills in. What I do like, though, is friends. I mean, there's decent upgrades. There might be a bomb squad in the future, but also getting an Aiden at some point might be a wise decision. I don't like large items. A freebie is a freebie, but getting in an extra fight is getting in an extra fight. So we are getting in an extra fight. Still, for the time being, this is the strongest I can be, kinda. I don't think taking in the bomb squad here is doing anything. This will be a close fight, though, because we are rather slow starting, and at that point, there's a lot of shield on the eccentric, and then, you know, there is damage getting our way. Though the brick buddy will buy us, I think, for sure enough time, and also the race call is doing at least some work to reduce the shield. Okay, I'm stronger than I estimated here. Thought it would have been a little bit closer. So I learned you can actually reasonably play force field here. I mean, I would have expected just with the brick buddy. So this is kind of also a reasonable alternative. If you would not find ever your lizard, you can also try to level your brick buddy and then just get the sheet from the brick buddy and level the brick buddy and play force field. But obviously the monitor lizard is probably the strongest single, one of the strongest, at least bronze tier items you can get, especially if you have enough haste. Companion core is exactly doing that. Anyway, can I take out a scout trooper here? I'm not so certain, to be fair. I mean, the problem here is not that I'm not strong, but this is only bronze. If it was silver, I would have said we can outscale him, but we're also starting late. This is bronze. I'm not willing to take the risk. I take the rogue scrapper here. It's not the worst, and we are good. Doing a run now where the first 3 days I'm keeping the monitor lizard in my bag because the silver brick buddy is just destroying opponents with time boosting my water cooler use. Yeah, I can see that. How can they take out Puffer and leave Lizard? I would say it is not the absolute worst unreason. It is on the edge, but Lizard is still only good in the companion core. If you want to make a lizard work outside of the companion core, good luck, but you will get probably, in most cases, not even 10 wins. And then you already need to be on companion core. And even then, I don't struggle as much, at least on the ignition core against lizard players, as well as if I play lizard, I still fear some bursty Vanessas and Pygmalions. So I would say it's still in a reasonable manner. Overtuned for sure, but it's okay to have it in the thing. Would you play duct tape with force field over or small friend? If I don't have a lizard, I would probably play at the moment, just like now, I would probably play a force field. And then the question was probably duct tape or friend. I would probably have a friend because I need more friends to have like race call procs, and race call procs means also, and friends mean also more charge and companion core, therefore more scaling on the brick body. So I would not play the duct tape. Duct tape is only good with the armor core, or if you have a mean to scale it, or if you really need at least a little bit sources of shield. So here, never duct tape. Okay. Shield item, 1 XP, nothing, not a lot, and also not a lot. I'm inclined to say I high roll here my shield, because I don't need the XP necessarily. The burn reduce isn't doing a lot. Sharpening stones, just a little bit, but I struggle not for gold, and my main damage source is poison, so I would always take here poison extract, but this is like sharpening stones and a poison extract. And while cinders may accumulate to some damage when I will use the bomb squad, I rather high roll and maybe get a shield here. Might have been a brick body, I know, unlikely, but better than nothing. I will here definitely go for small items. I still want to see an Aiden, I still want to see a Gamma Ray. I would also probably buy maybe some other small friends here in this specific situation. So yeah, for example, those are items I would like to buy. Those are also items I would like to buy. I don't need a Chris Army knife at this point though. Bomb squad is just better, and now I have like already full variation and found all the pieces. Next order of business is probably upgrading those two here. But everything by its time, right? Okay, chocolate is probably good. Weapons would be digging for missiles, which would be better here. But let's be honest, that is unreasonable to do, just because they are not that important, as well as rather unlikely to be here. So this being said, let's clear a little bit our stash. This is out, and this is out. Never will this be used. And then we have the financial means as well as the space to buy chocolate. So we are doing exactly this. I would wager so I think the fastest procs will be on the first Aiden. Now the question is if it is the race car or the companion core. Since I have like a few sources of haste, I might incline to say it's actually not the companion core here with this specific setup. So we can check it, by the way. Let's put them next to each other and look in the fight, which one of those on average procs faster. I would wager it is a little bit faster on the race call than the companion core here, and not even close in comparison to the Aiden at the moment. I would also say that this is the strongest if I assume those two proc the fastest. I want to maximize the shield. It's falling off in the future, but for now it's good. I'm happy about the Aiden here. I know we start still a little slow, but yeah, this is good. I still like a little bit of extra scaling here, though it would be by no means wrong to put in a bomb squad here, for example, just to have like extra procs of haste, as well as a little bit of consistency. Maybe it's even better, to be fair, and then might be even, we are saying, we are having it like this. This seems even better to me. So let's do this. Let's go for the fight. I still want to look at the different proc times, so I will not tend to chat for a second. Also, I screwed up because now the race call is here highlighted a little. So I would say it's even still the race call here. That is the fastest, kinda. Yeah, whatever. I feel like Chris Army Knife can be good, just requires such investment in skill and items to scale well. Feels really early game only. Yeah, sometimes, but I don't think here. When you use water cooler, What do you consider taking out and why? We love to... let's talk about this in just a second. I don't need the freebie. I rather look at items here, JJ. Those are items I don't like. I already have better items. This is a streamer client activated again, happily taking 3 upgrades in just a JJ shop from items I will have always on my board, kinda, so hell yeah. I don't know if I need to go to Kina now. There's not a lot I could even think I would like to see, so I don't know. Maybe we just take the XP and gold here, poison extract for sure, though upgrading the core is still kind of a little bit important. We should do this. We had like decent haste uptime, I think. Let's get it out of the way. Okay. Okay, here's like a little bit of different, but in general, so the idea is that we use the water cooler and the brick body to prolong fights. So in general, if we prolong a fight, if we just scale enough shield and the PvE encounter where we know what we are facing is not outscaling with damage, we have 30 to 45 second-ish, like nowadays more like 35 second-ish time to scale. So we do just like probably this or this, where we say if those are the fastest proccing, they should charge the most water cooler and therefore give us the most HP. And then we put in, I don't know, probably something in the lines of this and say, well, we have a brick body that scales a lot and then we have a lot of time. The water cooler is not there for the PvP fights. He's just there for the PvE fights to increase our HP pool. And for that, this would be a considerable setup. Though if we are fighting the Technovirus, he will in the end poison us for a lot, as well as destroying our small enemy, items anyway. So here it's an exception, though I still want to get the stronger fight in for the gold and stuff. I don't value those 2 fights too highly here, so we will still not take fully for we will not go fully for maximizing and prolonging the fight. We still play like seriously where the lizard is on the board. So probably like something like this, where we get like few water cooler procs, but still make sure we are winning the fight here and don't run short on damage. That is still super reasonable and valuable. Okay, I am back here. So Nitro, no consideration. Here, we don't need money, nor do we need tools, but health is always good. I will be conservative and only spend 5 gold, though. Having always a little gold extra is pretty valuable. Do I want to go here, here, or here? I mean, to be fair, we already won the lottery 3 times this game, so what do I care, kinda? This might give us shield enchanted items, might give us an upgrade on the brick body or on the Aiden. But I don't know, maybe there's a water cooler. A free friend is maybe upgrade, but also often not an upgrade. Or we look at items, but like maybe a gamma ray, maybe an upgrade of a small item. But that's about it, what I would look there for. I take the free friend here. I don't know. I don't feel any of those will give me upgrades at the moment due to the rarity. Okay, I feel like we are making ourselves strong here again. This means also this was wrong. It has to be like this, just to be clear. That was a small oversight. I would say this might be the strongest at the moment here. I don't think the scaling of the gamma ray matters too much. I rather have more haste here on the board and more consistency. You could wager that might also be okay to put in the gamma ray over the bomb squad though. Core cooldown is pretty high at the moment, so we're still struggling there a little bit more. I'm not certain if we are at full ICD here, internal cooldown. Let's go like this. I don't think any of those matters too much. You can also, if you want to, post links in chat. So far, I don't have like it deactivated as long as everyone is behaving, and those are actually the real helpful sites. I don't mind if you post chats here at all. So just feel free about that. So if ever I get problems here, I might need to change policies and stuff. Anyway, here it is easy curio for me because I like to get extra poison on the lizard. I don't need necessarily the extra money or XP, as well as getting a knee brace or cooldown reduction. So those are easy options. This is something I like, this is something I like, this and this. I don't value the race call output of weapon damage highly. I think it is nice to have, but it's not something I'm willing to invest in. I feel in comparison to the output of the lizard, this is not a lot, so I will not invest into it. Also, I don't have the full financial means to do those kind of things. So I will reroll. I will happily do this. Now let's sell a little bit of stuff off here. We already can sell off. And then we can reduce the core cooldown. This we could wait a little bit, but also there will be no other items I actually want to reduce. Probably the race call. I mean, the extra gain maybe is not as a lot. And we do it like this. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, I don't think I want to invest in the future LEDs at the moment, even though holding this, if you have a lot of money and value LEDs highly, is a really good consideration at least. Here, I feel like I have only 10 gold, so it's a huge investment. I don't have LEDs yet. LEDs are also, I mean, they're good, but in this particular setup, not as good because they don't charge my core. So it is what it is for the time being, I would say. I don't need to gamble on the shield here. Cinders or scrap of shield. I would say the cinders have the bigger impact in all honesty in the long run. The scrap of shield on the brick body is not accumulating to any noteworthy amount of extra shield. Okay, we're putting those out. Happy for the gold. I will go with aerodrome or half or calf. Okay. Normally I would say aerodrome is always good because you can get enchantments here and chances are reasonable for being enchanted. The enchantment is like obviously rare and not the likeliest to show up, but it's reasonable to click here just because sometimes you will get an enchantment, and I would say it's a high roll, but it's a good high roll, obviously. Enchanting a lizard is amazing. On the other side, 150 health is 150 health, right? Though we have a water cooler coming up again, so why not? Middle, though, is probably good enough for me. I would still like upgrading my brick body. It's not the likeliest, but also possibility, so we're taking this. Like, Gorgon Noble is kind of slow, so we can definitely maximize here a little bit more of the time. And then we just put in the battery for good measures, making sure we are not falling slow here. But she will take a long, long time before she accumulates any noteworthy amount of poison on me. What is the best enchant for the lizard? Icy lizard, for sure, the more I think about it. But literally all enchantments are kind of good on the lizard because he procs in normal cases 5 times per second, and therefore no matter if it's like burn or ice or I don't know, shield, all this is good. Also poison is doubling his poison at all times and doubling the poison increase as well. So poison lizard is also pretty good. So I don't know, I would say ice is the best, and then maybe even poison though. It's all great. Burn was just a little bit better because burn poison lizard like fury poison lizard was not having a internal cooldown, therefore triggering more often than it should. Since this is changed, a little bit of extra burn should not really matter a lot. So there's that. Okay, here though, I will go for extra chocolate. I don't think a small item is likely to be an upgrade on the gamma ray, and health is kinda still important. Still, I will want to have like 12-ish gold around, because if there is like a haste vendor with good haste skills, I won't be able to afford them. Speaking of this, as I said, now I feel again good about my predictions here, because like if I don't have like only 10 gold, I would already struggle because I would need to sell stuff off. Okay, the duct tape maybe is not really important and just lying around here, but you know, in general rule of thumb, having like 12-ish gold for exactly this occasion is at least something you should consider. So even though haste is good, freeze is good, I mean, and this is amazing skill, and I haste early and then I freeze and all that stuff is good. Just having like an extra target of haste is pretty amazing because now I am not bound anymore to this items on the board at the moment. Like if I want to, I can now start to probably, or like if the cooldown is a little further down the line, go down here and play it like this and have enough haste uptime for the lizard and have enough haste techs and stuff going on in my favor, and I don't rely. And then I can put here LEDs or battery, and I would wager this is just the strongest setup with appropriately level items in general. So I value one extra source of haste a lot, and I will pick it over the freeze. Upgrade the core is not needed, at least for now. 3 loot items is good. Poison extract is the best, so I will take poison extract. Reasoning is just scaling earlier poison and stacking poison on your opponent is way too strong. Do I still want to, though, have the race call in? I mean, probably I want to. I still think for the time being this is more consistent, but in the future with upgrading the skill or having a lower CD on the companion core, we are also in the goods here. Okay. I can say this is at least a good setup. Maybe it's still this. I don't know. Probably it's still this, to be fair. And then we're going. I was asked if charged items can still trigger if they're frozen. They're active, unfortunately, can only trigger if they're unfrozen. This is one of the reasons why also Monitor Lizard is strong, because the triggers in the passive and passives can trigger even if the item is frozen. Thank you, Fonsweit, for the follow, as well as 9 Lockdown. Thank you for the follow. How do I feel about fitting Mama Source into the companion core build? So the one answer someone else gave in chat was, well, if I was a YouTuber, amazing, otherwise, well, not so. I would say the answer is halfway true. I would say it's not even remotely as strong as the Lizard option, though it is by far viable and you can do it. I found a shiny Mamasaur at one run a few days ago on stream and I fitted it in. I have like off stream also once in a while put it in as well. It is not the worst, but by far not the strongest as well. Also, there's a question again between race, call, and missiles. So I will put it in as well. I will answer the question in 1 second. Random other thing. Stille Beobachter. I feel like you're having very valuable input. You're a regular here. Do you want also have mod rights? It's something I will kind of lavishly give out to everyone who seems to be a nice person. And then the community can govern themselves, hopefully to a certain degree. And I will give it to you without any pressure that you have any obligations to do anything, but you have probably a lot of rights and can hopefully do some stuff as well. If also moderators cannot make any sort of comments, I will have to do a change in the settings because I feel like those are rights that should moderators have in case they are not available yet. There was a question about race call missiles, and the short answer is early the missiles is pretty good because you have still a high cooldown on the core and you want to start early in combat, and then the missiles will make sure you're proc after 3 seconds, especially if you have also Aiden or already reduced core here. If not though, I mean then the missiles is good. Later on you have a hopefully reduced core cooldown, and also there's a lot more slow going on. And then the race call is better because you don't need the activation time, the early activation time of the missiles, but you want to have the race call to bypass those slows because charge mechanic kind of counters slows. Yeah. Okay. Here it's day 6, 7, and 8. So we are taking the risk, even though middles still might have something we would like. Nothing in here. Monster loot is the best. We are definitely taking monster loot. We have a knee brace, so we should use the knee brace. We definitely reduce the cooldown of the core. And then we are a little bit in the situation again where we can unfortunately not make ourselves too weak because the burning of the infernal is kind of strong, and that is something the brick buddy, at least at silver for sure, cannot carry out. So probably something like this should make us at least strong enough to win this fight, as well as giving us maybe just a little bit of health. So this is one of the fights I cannot prolong too much because of the crazy scaling, but extra health is extra health. Okay, here, cooldown reduction of all my friends is probably the best, and I should also probably switch in knee brace before I click that button, and then we are in the golden. Here I think the best, here the best should be the Nightshade, just because poison items kinda can be good. Poison enchanted item that I have would be amazing. A gamma ray is good. So we are tracking our risks here. I don't think any of those items are particularly good though. This is way too slow. This is no friend, even though it has a haste component and poison. I wouldn't care about it. Nothing of those matters. Courier over skills on day 6 is kinda easy. Skills in most cases will be not something I like to see, though very minor consideration. I would like to upgrade heavy machinery, and the likelihood is at least in a decent way, so I will go to Nufu. I would probably also take other very good skills. Those are not the skills I had in mind. I will reroll here. I would say, even though most opponents don't have weapon damage, those who have will suffer a lot if I take this, so this is warranted. Probably I want to still go like this here. We are against a Pygmalion, but yeah, we are strong. I'm not too worried at all. Yeah, I will just give you moderator rights. Don't feel any pressure for any obligations. It's just like you could, if you would to want to, or see something, or miss something, or want to also do predictions and stuff. But that is just like whatever you want to do, do, and if you don't want to do it, don't do it. It just is like, one more person that has the possibility to do stuff is probably better than not, and that is my reasoning there. And as long as there is like no trouble here, we are all in the good, and everything